Okay, Mr. Over, thank you again. And now we're gonna move into the next activity.
Okay.
So for this activity, I've gathered 6 very different, some similar bags of chips. And I'd just like you to look at this for a second.
Okay.
Give you time to examine all the different bag designs we're gonna look at.
Okay.
So just judging strictly off the designs of each bag, what is like the most popping things where if you were walking down the aisle looking at chips, this would pop out to you?
Okay.
This would intrigue your attention.
Number one, the one I really like is the Siete. It's really flashing. There's sea salt in there. You have some lighter colors contrasting. There's pink and light blue. It really looks like you're gonna have a fun time enjoying these chips. There's one here at the bottom with a film, the paper bag one. I enjoy that one as well. You can see it's stamped with different facts about the chips, non-GMO. You can actually see the chip through a clear film. It looks like there's some sort of design there with their branding. They got horseshoes in there. Also looks like you will have a good time eating the chip.
Would you say that design is more flashier or more intriguing than more of a picture look? We see the pictures of actual salsas and pictures of chips.
Yeah.
Or do you think that design look?
So I really, with the clear bag, they're not showing any pictures of salsa. They're not showing, things of cheese. And they're just saying, here's our product. This is what it is. Non-GMO. You can look at it. It's straight to the point. It's real. And I mean, you can tell that this is a smaller company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next part of this activity, out of any factors, however you want, 1 through 6, 1 being I'm gonna grab this chip, 6 being I'm gonna leave it on the shelf.
Okay.
Where do you rank these 3 off of design?
Which 3? I'm sorry.
I mean 6, sorry.
Oh.
Out of the 6, 1 through 6.
I think they're all differing. I think these are definitely all chips that I experienced personally. Overall rating, I'm gonna say 4 for all 6 of them.
No, so from 1 to 6, rank each one on
Okay,
how
I'm
likely
sorry.
you are.
Okay,
It's okay, it's alright.
Okay, so Tostitos, I'm gonna leave that on the shelf.
So is
That's
that your
enough.
last pick?
That's my last pick.
Last pick, that's a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna work backwards. And then I'm gonna go with On the Border. I don't like that
On the
one.
border.
Yep.
That's a very flashy bag.
It's-
Is it
it's
too overwhelming?
It's almost too overwhelming. I'm not, you shouldn't have to sell me that much on a tortilla chip. It's a tortilla chip, it's nothing crazy. And then I'm gonna go with the guaca chip. I do like them, but I'm thinking in terms of a straight normalized tortilla chip. And then I'm gonna go with the Santitas.
Yep.
Okay, Santitas. And then we're going with the Siete, and then the paper bag one is my favorite.
Okay, so it seems like your top ones are more of the more basic, clean look.
Yeah.
It seems like you go with a clean look here. That was good. So, how much do you value the design of the chip bag you're looking to buy?
I do value it highly. I mean, it might look ironic because I'm not choosing the highly flashy ones, because I don't need that to convey the message of my experience of eating. So what I'm saying is the more that they try, in terms of me being a consumer, I'm gonna be less likely to buy it. I'm gonna be more weary. I more just wanna know what's the product, what's in it. That's it. I don't need to be influenced by other things.
Okay. So you mentioned kind of simplistic. Is there any other qualities of a chip bags that persuade you to purchase it?
I really do enjoy the paper bag look. I mean, the paper bag, something about that. It just seems more, I don't know, homey, I guess. It seems more natural. I guess natural would be a better adjective.
And you also mentioned, and it was your number one pick, it has a clear film on it.
Right.
Was that a quality that you look for?
Yeah, certainly, because it's showing the chip, here's the product. That's it.
Right. So, do you base your perception of the quality of the chip? So, off the design of the bag. So, better design, better chip.
I mean, for me as a consumer, I mentioned it. It's really, I want to know what that chip's made out of. I kind of want to know where it's coming from, and the design of the bag. I mean, that's to get people to look at it. So obviously, for me, I'm probably smaller. I'm probably in the minority of consumers, but I'm looking for advertisements of why their product's different.
Why they're different. Okay. So that's a great characteristic. Is there any other characteristics that you look for in the design?
Well, no, you gotta assume this. So all these chips are great. I mean, let's put that on the table. They're all competing in a very, it's a tortilla chip. I want to know why your product. Okay, my competitors are great, but I want to know why you're better.
Okay, you need a why. So that would be, if I'm correct, the organic, non-GMO.
Yeah, what's going into that product? How's that product made?
Seems like design doesn't have much. You did mention the paper bag. Do you go with a paper bag or a plastic look, or no preference?
I would prefer paper.
Prefer paper.
Yeah, I don't like plastics.
Yeah. Okay. So, going off the design now. What do you imagine a perfect tortilla chip to taste like to you when you bite into it?
It kind of has like a light buttery finish to it. It's crisp, just the right amount of salt. I shouldn't have to be drinking water immediately after I eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little thirsty, but I'm not, I'm not quenched. I'm not dehydrated immediately after consuming a tortilla chip. That would be the ideal.
And on a rank of, we have very little to no salt, medium salt, and a lot of salt. You can go in between no salt and medium. Where do you think you rank your salt preference?
Light salt, medium salt. Somewhere in between there, yeah.
Okay. And do you prefer flavored chips over the normal chips?
I don't prefer them. I do like them, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like that was your number one pick here, the lime. You mix a salsa with their flavored chips?
Sure do.
And you also said that you don't always buy salsa.
Nope.
So sometimes maybe a more flavored chip would be good to buy when you don't want to also buy salsa.
Could be.
Could be. Yeah. So, does the softness or hardness of the chip affect your decision? Purchasing that chip?
Certainly does. It's gotta be a hard chip. I'll be able to crunch that thing down.
Yeah. What are some characteristics, qualities that a harder chip has over a softer chip?
Well, I think with a softer chip, you just don't really get to enjoy what a tortilla chip offers. If you ever make homemade tortilla chips, you can kind of really gauge the hardness and softness, and the longer you cook them and the harder they get. To me, it's just more enjoyable because you really can get the full flavor of the chip. The more harder the chip is.
Right. So, do you think that the brand of chips influences you in valuing the taste over another brand?
Not for me.
Not for you.
I see right through that.
the marketing.
I see right through that. I want to know what the product is.
So you, correct me if I'm wrong, would probably flip over, kind of look at the things that are in a chip bag before purchasing.
Yeah.
And in the previous interview, I'm very curious to know this. He mentioned that he likes kind of an overview of the company, where the company's from, maybe a family brand. Do you look into that kind of stuff when purchasing your chips?
Yeah, so that's like, to me, that's the best marketing. It's when you flip the bag over and it says, here's our story. Here's what we did. We're making them, this is how we're doing, this is how we're producing our chips. That to me is a great marketing tactic. But it's real, it's authentic, it's honest. And that's, to me, it's much more valuable than a picture of a can of salsa.
Mm-hmm. So obviously it would get you to try that chip.
Correct.
Say the chip's good. Could that be a preferred brand to you?
Yeah, certainly. You have a story, you have a purpose, and I know where it's coming from. You got me.
You're sold on it?
I'm sold.
All right. Appreciate your time, Zach. That's all for the interview.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.